This is kvci.blogspot.com. I'm going to end this segment about our most honorable reverse patriots, Sean Hannity, Rush Limbaugh, black female columnist Star Parker, Cal Thomas, the most honorable Glenn Beck. We're going to close this clip out. This will be the last series for right now, that was inspired by my friend Jerry Robinson, who had something to say just a few days before Christmas in 2010. December 23rd, Jerry Robinson had to say something. I got him on tape. And so I did these, but what you're looking at here now is Negroes to be sold. And I'm not sure who Rush Limbaugh and Hannity are trying to call up on the phone, or trying to call up through their sponsors on radio or television, or on their internet sites. But I put this together to let you know it is what it is. And I want you to know that Rush Limbaugh and Hannity are nothing new. We have had people like them throughout history, and we want to commend them in closing for the work they're doing. We're sure that there's somebody that appreciates it, even in the underworld or the overworld. But somewhere I read, according to the Jesus the Messiah, let the wheat and tares grow together, and when I come, I'll right the divide. And that's what he did with Lester Maddox, Governor George Wallace, Bull Connors, many Klansmen and white supremacist groups, etc., etc. He let them all live together, kind of like the rain and the snow, the sleet and the storms. He let them all exist. But in the final analysis, God is the judger of them all. And we can just look down the annals of history. We can look at Hitler, and President Barack Obama never did, nor will he ever do what Hitler did. And he would never do and inflict the pain upon white people that white people inflicted upon blacks and other whites that had a mindset that was somewhat reflected of that was in Jesus. And so I just wanted to talk and share with you. I want you who knows how to love. I want you who understand the God of our creation. I want you to understand that God cannot be in a house of hatred. And you can believe it, or you can let it alone. Every house that espouse to hate, it produces little ninjas of hate to carry on that mentality. Don't fool yourself. Somewhere I read, you would know the tree by the fruit it bears. So for every Rush Limbaugh, for every Hannity, for every reverse patriot, there are little patriots that are coming up behind them. And as it has been, in the same manner it has been in the days of old, in the final analysis, these type of people will only be footnotes, tiny footnotes, on the bottom pages of history. because history will prove, as it has done so many times in the past, that they were on the wrong side of history. This is kvci.blogspot.com. Boston G.B.R. dedicated to the preservation of life, to the preservation of maintaining love your neighbor like you love yourself. Wanting for your neighbor that which you want and have for your own selves and your own children. Wanting people to understand that if you drive a Rolls Royce, you should help your neighbor to get a Rolls Royce. If you're a pastor of a church and if you live in a $100 million house, then you should not be comfortable until every member in your congregation is a $100 million house just like you. And if you don't love your neighbor, if you don't want for your neighbor, if you can't respect your neighbor, if you can't feel for your neighbor the way you want others to feel for you, then you are what you are. And I come to tell you to read Galatians 6 and 7. That's Galatians 6 and 7. Read it as a serum that can help you and resurrect you from the honorable Hannity mentality. Bye-bye. Go.